So you want to talk about injury prevention. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Sailing Stone Performance Podcast. I am your host, Derek Hutchins, and today we're going to be talking about injury prevention and how to prevent injuries even mentally before we get out on the field. So let's get on into it. So guys, when we think about injury prevention, we do need to talk about warming up, right? All the proper things that it takes when you're getting into your sport to make sure that you're properly warmed up, to make sure that you're ready, to make sure that you're stretched in a dynamic way so that you're not pulling muscles, you're not doing those things. But what I really want to dig into even more so is trusting your knowing when you're out in your sport, when you're really in the zone, trusting your instincts when you need to push a little harder or when you need to back off a little bit, and trusting that when you're in the heat of something, knowing when your instincts telling you, let's push harder, we got more in the tank, or let's pull back the reins a little bit. And being able to do this is really going to allow you to prevent injury. The biggest part of getting injured is actually putting yourself into those harmful situations when you're not feeling like you're really into it, right? When you're not 100% committed, when you're half committed into pulling off a trick or into hitting a lift, into taking a corner on the racetrack, when you're half committed to these actions in your sport, that's when injury happens. That's when a crash, that's when bad stuff happens within that. So what you need to take a look at is your mental preparation before you get in, and then also where are you at mentally when you're in that specific spot on the field, and building the relationship that you have with yourself and with yourself as an athlete, with yourself in your sport. This is what is really going to allow you to have that confidence when you're in the middle of the sport and the activity, to know like, oh, you know what, like now's not the time to pass that opponent. I need to wait. I'm not feeling it. My tires are off, right? If you're a racer, if you're lifting, maybe you shouldn't be taking that next jump just yet, right? Like maybe you shouldn't step up 10 pounds, 20 pounds, maybe let's do a 5-pound jump from the first lift, right? There's different things. And we know, and we got to trust that part of us and that instinct within us, and really allow ourselves to feel present. That's all it is, right? If we're really in our head about what's going to happen, we're not feeling what needs to happen. All right. So that's the biggest thing that I would say in injury prevention is, aside from the physicality of it. So when we talk about mentally preparing yourself to decrease the chance of injury, that's really making sure that you're 100% committed, and you're really feeling in the zone before you're making any risky maneuvers, right? Any risky moves during your sport. If this is something that you guys are really struggling with, now last week we talked about overcoming injury after an injury already happens. And this is a kind of a second part of that is, now that I've been injured and I'm scared to get injured again, how do I make sure that I'm not getting injured, right? How do I make sure that I'm not riding on my wakeboard scared now that I, had a knee surgery and I'm coming back? How am I still able to progress and push forward and prevent myself from getting injured any further? I had an interesting thing come up a couple weeks ago. We were on this big wakeboarding trip. My buddies and I, we go to this cool lake here in Washington. We go and we stay there for 5 days a week, and we really work on progressing wakeboarding and being able to commit, and, getting so much riding time. You're able to really push the boundaries because you're not having to wait a week and then get warmed up and then, the day's over. So you're like really able to progress because you have just one set after another set after, 3 or 4 sets in a day, and then 5 days, right? So you're getting a lot of time. Now, what I realize is in that high amount of volume, you're getting really exhausted, you're getting tired, and wanting to progress but then sometimes knowing, hey, maybe I should call this set good. I'm feeling kind of tired. I know if I'm really pushing a little bit too much, now's the time where accidents can happen. Now's the time when I'm a little bit higher risk of that injury. And one thing that I really caught myself doing is I was almost kind of nervous, like, well, what if I'm not ready? What if I'm pushing too hard? And I had to catch myself, and I had to really readjust my mind around it and change my perception. And instead of having those thoughts of, oh, well, maybe I need to pull out this set earlier, or maybe I need to, just take it. Maybe I shouldn't do this trick today. I started reframing my brain. I started thinking a different way. And this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, what if everything went right? What if now's the time to push? What if now I can really progress and I don't have to be scared, right? Like, I was creating a scenario in my mind of, well, all the bad stuff. Well, what if I get injured? What if I'm this? Well, let's start thinking about the other stuff, right? And this is the champion mindset. What if I start thinking about pushing that next goal? What if I start thinking about winning the game? What if I start thinking about, like, what happens after I successfully complete this, right? Let's start reframing ourselves and catch ourselves when we're seeing this negative spiral and turn it into something much greater and our ability to perform much higher, right? So as soon as I made that shift, all of a sudden now I'm vibrating at a different frequency when I'm riding, and I'm able to commit to tricks, and I'm really feeling it, and I'm not scared of this. What if I miss? I'm just feeling like I'm trusting, and I'm knowing I'm going to be able to commit to this. And then when you're committed, you're not getting injured, right? It's when you're half committing, that's when you're really getting injured. And sure, there's times like out of your control, and another player and different stuff happens, and that shit happens. But that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about counting yourself out before you're actually there, and potentially causing yourself an injury because you're not fully committed, whether it's fully committed to the trick, the lift, the pass, or it's fully committed to not doing that and waiting and finding that next time of attack, right? So those things are so important when you're really into your sport, you're really in the zone and trusting your instincts. So start building that relationship with yourself, start following through for yourself, right? All of the videos that we've done leading up, like all of these little things are going to make you into this player that really trusts themselves on the field, that really trusts themselves on the court, right? In the car, on the bike, all of these things, those little daily actions that you take for yourself, progressing you in your sport, changing your mindset, thinking about the cool, awesome stuff that you're going to do when you're succeeding, right? Shifting your mind to be that champion focus. Cool. What can I learn now? All of these things are going to help you in injury prevention, because now you're trusting yourself when you're out there. You trust that you can push hard. You know when it's okay to push hard. You know when it's not okay to push hard, right? So that's really what I got for you today, guys. Super excited to just keep making these videos. Please like, share, subscribe, all those cool things YouTubers say. And I really want to hear from you guys. I want to know, what things are you struggling with? What things can I help you with? What things you want to see a video on? Reach out, and also let me know, let me know if things are connecting with you. Let me know if things are landing and you're really finding value from this. Because I want to know that too. I want to keep giving you good content that you guys are going to love and enjoy, and it's going to help you, right? So that is all from me. I will talk to you guys soon. Not doing a tapping today, although I want you to comment and I want you to let me know if you guys are finding value from the tapping. I'll do some more, and I'll keep adding that in because I love doing it, and I know the benefit, and I know it's going to help you guys too. So I will talk to you guys real soon. Thank you. Check you later.